Ta 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 ta.
Ta-ta-ta! Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday. Or
Happy,
is
happy.
is
Yes, it's there. I had to work my
I
back
don't know.
hard on
I
it.
don't know. I just wanted to start off by talking about our show for a minute. I've had a lot of people comment this, that, and the other, and talk to me about what we do on this show. And I tell them we take the evidence. There goes my screen again. We take the evidence as we get it.
Yeah,
So if it is a video and we only receive a screenshot, that's what we have to go on. That's what we're
yeah,
looking at. That's what we're breaking down. We are not breaking down the whole video. We're not going back to other podcasts and checking out what
nope,
they have to say. We're
nope,
going exactly on what we're seeing here
yeah,
with your input out there.
yeah.
So, jump in chat, tell us what you think, and let's have a good time.
All right, so let me crack my knuckles here. Now, who was saying what where?
No, it was like, what do you do on the show? I mean, because they were
Yeah,
asking how in depth do we break it down, and I said it's very superficial. I mean,
yeah,
it's basically what we get. We don't
yes,
get the whole, everything evidence. We get what we
yeah.
get. That little snapshot in
Hmm.
time is all we get,
And if we're
and maybe a
lucky,
little explanation, maybe, but
yeah,
that's
if
what
we're
we're
lucky.
breaking down. Right,
And
right,
we've been lucky on a couple occasions to actually go out and find the video related to the picture that we got. So,
exactly. And
so
then
we've been able to
sometimes
go
if
back
we
on a
find
couple
it
of them.
very intriguing, we may dig a little deeper and find something else on it.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is like I didn't go crazy this week because normally I get about 10, 12, 15 picks because most of the time we're blowing through a couple of them. It's not that not this week. Okay.
Oh
When I
gosh,
said there's
no,
no circles this week, I mean there's no circles this week. I don't
no.
even know if I'm gonna be able to pick up the hat or not, honestly.
I
But
don't know. I don't know because I
it,
ran into a video
yeah,
that Brent from Paranormal Portal sent me, and I don't know. This one's got me
yeah.
a little stumped.
Got me too. I mean, honestly, because I want to say, hey, what's going on? But then he explains as he's going through the video why he's got stuff where he's at and stuff. And I'm like, and I've looked at the guy's channel and he literally, this is not his forte. He is well, at one time he just did covers and videoed them and kept them out on YouTube, covers of songs.
Yeah,
And which I have to say, he does a stick song that's pretty daggum good. But anyway, but he's got literally like 12 videos and that's it on his channel. He's
yeah.
got over 7,000 subs, and this video that we're going to see has 1.2 million views.
It is
And I'd never seen it.
absolutely insane.
Never seen it before you sent it to me. And I was like,
Yep.
how did I miss this?
I don't know. I don't know how I missed it.
But once again, it's 7 years old. We weren't actively going out there and looking for him at that time. So
No, I really wasn't. Not on YouTube.
no,
I sure wasn't.
no. And so, yeah, but we're not going to start with that one yet. We're not starting with that. I'm going to throw you for a loop early on here. Okay.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to throw you for an even bigger loop early on because we're going to talk about that real quick.
Oh yeah. Because we are getting down to the wire, everyone.
Yep.
I mean, what is it? It's almost June here, and this is September.
It is June today.
Is it today? Oh Lord,
Yeah,
I'm losing
June
the day.
1st.
It is June. Oh my goodness. So this is coming up really quick, and we just want to get everybody out there. I mean, because we want everybody to get their speaker tickets and things like that. Because maybe the day of the conference, we may not have them available. We have a certain amount of people we can fit in that building.
Mm-hmm.
And once we're sold out, we're sold out. We can't fit any more due to fire code and what have you. So there is that. But of course, this is September 19th and 20th in Richmond, Missouri. It is at the Eagleton Civic Center. Brand new thing that we just added just about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, is we're having a pre-party or a pre-social or whatever you would like to call it. And it is for all ticket holders only, just to say that. Ticket holders only are allowed to come. It's going to be a Big River Ranch, and we're going to just have a night of socializing, no speeches, no nothing. Some of our special guests and speakers are arriving early. They will be there, so you'll get an extra chance to talk with them, and just have a good time. It is Not a night for business. That's what we're saying. Not a night for business. So that's what we're going to do on Thursday evening. So get your tickets and get your information. You can find it on Eventbrite under Crossing Realms Conference.
Yep. And since Pops isn't out there, he hasn't put the link out. So you know what? We're going to fix that right now. Let's see if I can find it here. I never know because I never run tickers. Never run tickers on this thing, So
we can't. We can't. The videos and evidence we show sometimes doesn't allow for that ticker to be there. So we never run tickers. There we go.
There we go. We're gonna put that there for a little bit. Y'all pay attention to it. If you need it, look in the description of the actual video here. It's in there as well. So
exactly. Right. So we're all there, everybody.
Yep. So there. Bills paid.
Yep.
That being said, though, that is not the most up-to-date promo, obviously, because as we all know, things change on a daily basis. So
daily basis. Things come, things go. It's the way it happens. But we have an all-star lineup, and that has not changed.
No, not one bit. But it does make me happy when I see Jason cry and whine. So I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. When we are like, hey, you got to make changes to this. He's like, no. Right.
Okay. Now, this, I don't know the exact date of this one. These two photos came to me from a buddy of mine named Keith. Me and him, he was at the bar with us when we did the bar investigation. He's been on a couple of places. He's been out to Mineola with me. And he was at Hill House with us. So Keith's a very discerning viewer, but you would think he's like, he's non-believing type, he's going to be very skeptical. He is not skeptical at all. He just makes you think he is. He gives me heck because he turns around and says, do you believe in anything? Well, yeah, not quite. It just depends. But he sent these to me, and his buddy Tommy has a friend that has this little getaway place up in Oklahoma, north of Broken Bow, right east of the Kiamichis. Okay. And this is the first photo sent, and this is all I know. Don't go by the timestamp that's in the actual file name, because that's the date that I actually got it downloaded to my phone, because my phone just gave it its own name. So here's our first one, right? And as you can see, as I back out, you could tell they took a picture of a screen. It looks like of a computer screen or a TV monitor of some sort. Okay.
Right.
Okay. But I've seen a lot worse, obviously. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we have.
And you can see it's a night vision. It's obviously the LEDs the infrared LEDs have kicked up. You got a coon going across there, so that immediately see how he's kind of blurred. And I'm sitting there going, okay, this guy's got a decent night vision setup out there, because that's a lot of illumination for a night vision camera out there.
Right.
Okay. He's got string lights here, and if you look close, he's got string lights over here going like this. And there's a wood pile and everything. Okay. So don't think nothing about it. Just the coon tripped off some stuff there.
Okay.
Then he gives me this. Supposedly, and I can't say anything for sure because it looks like it might be a little bit closer to dawn at this point. I don't know how far apart they are. Obviously, I'm waiting to see if I can get the actual photos from the actual camera.
It could be the moon was behind the clouds and the moon came out. I mean, we just don't know.
But here's the other issue that I'm looking at. Why are these string lights now lit? First of all, because they're on a motion sensor too, from what I'm being told, or from what I can gather. All right. And do you see something a little bit different between this one and the last one?
Yeah, I'm seeing the thing in the background.
Yeah. Now, I have tried to zoom in. I have tried to figure out what I'm looking at. I don't know if I could say it was a quote-unquote booger, critter, whatever you want to call it, Bigfoot. But as I zoom in, I do notice, and Keith brought it up, he says, what's this little ball right here? I'm like, I don't know if it's a ball per se, or it's just some sort of shadow going across the base of that tree. But he's sitting there and looking at that, and I told him, I said, but look, here's the other thing I got to say about it. That shadow goes across the entire area right there, not just on the tree.
Right.
So I'm at a loss a little bit because obviously if it's enough to trip the sensors, it's moving. Okay. We know it was moving. What
Yeah,
do you
but
see in there
if
though?
it, well, the problem that I am having is, like you said to begin with, if this
Mm-hmm.
thing is sitting stationary and we now have string lights that are on,
Yeah.
I mean, could it be at a later time where maybe they turned them on?
There's nobody there. This is nobody at the location at all. And you're talking about these areas are those 20-acre tracts that they sell all throughout Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So there's nobody on that land unless they got a poacher coming across it.
Well, I'll be darned. Okay.
That's the way it was explained to me, was that there's nobody on the land at the time. Now, as you can see right here, this is where I immediately picked up. I know they're taking a picture of a TV screen because of these lines.
Well,
Right
evidently
here.
they were doing something out there and just recently.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, is that a shovel that's next to the tree?
Yeah, right here.
Right. It's kind of a weird place to leave something for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Um,
I agree. I mean, because I'm going to go back to the first one because it's still there, you know, even with the coons coming around. And
Right.
this looks more. Well, no, I'm looking up in the sky. You can still see the same thing I was looking at the first one, at the second one.
Okay. Let's focus onto the tree to the right and see if it has
Right
the
here?
same shape in the next picture. No, the tree, the living tree.
Which one?
On
This
the
one
right.
right here. Right
Yes. Yes.
here. Okay.
That's the
Here we
closest
go.
thing to us. Let's look. No.
They didn't get all of it. No. So
Okay.
like I said, this is them taking the picture of the actual the screen. So that's where I had the problem right off the bat now. So you can see this one versus this one, how they shifted when they were doing the picture taking. But it's them doing it. I don't think it's the camera itself doing it. I think it's them doing it.
Okay, so they say there's nobody on the property, but evidently somebody is taking that picture.
No, the picture is of their screen from their camera that they have out there that's set up as a motion sensor camera.
Okay, then I'm not getting what they've done here.
It's like a trail cam, a security cam out there.
But why would you cut off part of the picture? That is my problem.
That's what I'm saying. When they took the picture, like me taking a picture of the screen, of my screen right here, that's what they did. They took their phone and they took this picture on the screen.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. But if you're trying to put this out as evidence.
Oh, and they have it. They have it. They just sent it to me. And I'm putting it out there right now, and I'm asking questions is all we're doing with it. Because even with that, it's got a little bit of a illume on this back here too. So something certainly is illuminating that back area and creating a shadow here, which could be these string lights.
But I'm having a problem with that.
Okay.
If are they plugged in? Are they solar? Are they what are we dealing with here?
I don't know. I could only assume that they're plugged in because they do have electric at the place, but I would assume that the electric is off at this point. So if that's the case, then they'd have to be solar. And then once again, I'm making a lot of assumptions on this, and I hate doing that, but you know.
Right. I mean, but okay. So if we break it down and let's just look at what's in the back. That wasn't there in the previous picture. We did
This
see
part
that.
right here. Okay.
Right. It was not there.
And it's still hard to zoom in because, I mean, once again, when you take a picture of a screen, it hurts right from the get-go because I don't have any quality about it at all.
And it's transparent.
And see, I don't know if it's really transparent per se or if it's behind this tree.
Yeah, I can't really tell that either.
I can't either. The only thing I can tell for sure is that there is a shadow here.
But that may be where the IR isn't reaching.
Exactly, and because of the wood pile right here. But when we go back to the first one and we go out there, you don't have as much of that same shadow. But that's also related to these lights not being on. So I'm thinking those may be causing this to create that shadow as well. It's tough to say. I can't guarantee that, obviously, but yeah, I was like, I don't know what to make of this because the lume's about the same here in the foreground.
Right.
Maybe a little bit brighter because of these, but not by much. But that back there, I mean, it looks. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Have you ever seen a guy walk in front of a headlamps on a car? And he just kind of walks in front of it and it only illuminates certain parts. That's kind of what this looks like right here to me, almost. But once again, if this thing's stationary, I would say manifestation. If it's moving, which I think it is, then I don't know. Something physical.
I don't. Okay, except for the tree.
Yeah.
Which we can't decide whether it's behind the tree or transparent through the tree.
It's too hard to
but
tell.
Do you see
I mean,
any
once you get
type
into
of
this,
transparency through it?
Not really, because there's a tree back in this area, but you can't see. It's too far
You
away
can't see it.
it's too far away for the illuminators to have actually done anything about it. So yeah, I can't tell if it's transparent or not, because it very well could be that this part right here is in front of the tree and it kind of looks like it there. It's very tough to tell because of the way it is. And I do have, like I said, I have the request out to get the actual pictures so I can actually put them up and look at them. And usually with these kind of cameras, you get a couple of pictures of maybe video, unless it's the cell type. If it's a cell type version, you're only going to get pictures. So that's all. Unfortunately, that's all we do. But it should have 2 or 3 pictures in a row.
Well, it definitely looks like something is there. I mean, and to me, if it's standing behind the tree, it looks solid.
Yeah.
If it's in front of the tree, then of course it's transparent because you can see the. Oh.
And it's tough to tell. I mean, and tree might be catching the shadow. John's right. Tree could be wrong one. Dadgummit, moving so fast. Yeah, tree could be catching his shadow. And Cool Hand, I'm with you. I would like to see something before and after each one of these because I just don't know the time and date stamp on them.
Yeah,
because one could have been at midnight and one could have been about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
So,
and I don't know.
I don't know either. It's an interesting one. That's why I wanted to go over this one, because it's very interesting to me, because it's definitely not there in the first part. So something is moving through there. Because when we look back at the first, I mean, and you step back to the full, I mean, that's probably a 6 foot something or other at that distance. Wouldn't you think? I wouldn't say it's monstrous. I mean, it's not no 8 foot or nothing like that. I don't think it's about 6 foot is what it looks like to me. But this one, there's just nothing out there at all.
There's nothing there.
Yeah. So whether or not this is, a couple hours before or a couple of minutes before or a couple of seconds before, there's still nothing there.
Well, and then we don't know because the lights aren't on, so we don't know what kind of shadow it will cast with the lights being on.
Exactly. I wish the lights would have been on. Keith had actually thought, because when you zoom out on this, when we first looked, he said, they changed the view because he saw these lights up here in the corner, which is another batch of string lights. And I told him, I said, that's a different string light. And I had to show him because he couldn't see these right here on his phone because they were turned off. And the only reason I saw them was because I got them up on here on the actual computer monitor and I could see them.
Right.
So, I mean, if we get the actual pictures from the actual, digital capture, I'd be the happiest person in the world, because I really want to look at about 3 or 4 of these at the same time and see what kind of, progression we have.
Yeah, I have no idea what this thing is. I'm at a loss for
No.
it because, like I said, we have two pictures, the same thing, but the lighting is different, and that could be, you
Yeah.
know, the answer to everything.
Yeah. 100%. Lighting could be creating a reflection. I believe it was, did I see somebody said something about a reflection off the wood? It very well could be the reflection off the wood. This wood right here causing a reflection out there of some way, shape, or form.
And it,
I
it,
don't know.
it could be creating a reflection off the lens. We don't know because it is sitting in IR lights, and we know that when you create more lighting with IR lights, that it's going to,
Yeah. It'll
make
usually
some
wash
glare.
it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll wash it out. And you, Cool, you're right. I mean, it's a stretch, but it could be a Bigfoot walking away from a woodpile. It very well could be, especially if it's in motion.
It could be, or, it could be something paranormal. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't have enough on this picture to
No.
say that.
No.
But yeah, I would love to have more pictures of that area.
Yeah. Definitely. So
Definitely.
as soon as
And
I have more on that, we're going to go over it again.
let's do
But
it. Let's do it
I
because
thought this one
I
was one
can't
that,
say yes or no on this right now. I mean, it does look
no.
suspicious, but we
Yep.
do have two different pictures with two different lighting. So I can't
Yes.
say for sure.
100%. Okay. All right. So as I said before, yeah, I just don't think I'm going to be able to put the
But it's something to think
the
about.
hat on. Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, because that was one. Like I said, when I saw it, I saw the coon on it on the first one. It's like, well, that's a darker image than what the second one was because of those lights, and you could tell it's because of those lights.
Right.
But you would have thought those lights would have washed out the foreground a little bit more than it did too. That makes me
Right.
think maybe we're talking about solar powers because they're not as bright usually, but still we're talking night vision. Period. So
Absolutely, yeah. And we know that other lighting with night vision can create a
always
problem. So
always
could it have created this glare?
yeah,
It
it
could
could
have.
have. Whether or
So
not
we're
it
going to
did,
have to just wait.
yeah. As soon as I get them, we're gonna have that out there. But now we've whetted the appetite. Now,
Yeah, now we got something to think about. Exactly.
okay, I'm gonna have to do this other one. Now we're gonna get into the one we were talking about.
Okay, first of all, we got to give this guy credit.
I've
What's
got
his
his name up
name?
on there. Rick Gribenik,
Okay.
Grebenik. His channel's out there. It's got it, and he hasn't posted anything in 7 years. So I don't know if he's still around. God forbid he isn't. But if you get a chance, hey, check out some of his little covers. He's not too bad of a guitarist and a singer and such. So not too bad. But this is the only thing paranormal on there. The only
Right.
thing.
Right. And the backstory on this is I think during the video, he is trying to call his pastor
Yeah.
and gets a hold of his pastor.
Mhm.
So we'll have to
At
play
least I
this
think it's his
video in
pastor.
its entirety so
Yes.
you can see it. Now, if you have a lot of bright lights on, kind of turn them off. You need like kind of a dark setting to look at
Mm-hmm.
this because it is dark. But let me
Yes.
tell you, once you see it, you won't unsee it.
No, not one bit. So let me get this started on the presentation because we're going to share the entire screen on this one with
Oh, yeah.
that. So I can get the audio involved. There we go.
Yeah, because you need to hear him talking.
And
And you
here's
can hear
voice.
him dialing the phone.
You can hear how it's affecting him, really.
Yeah.
So without further ado, here we go.
I know he'll believe me.
I'm going to take this to full screen, though, for us. So
Okay.
This freaking thing working. There it is. There it is. He's gonna believe me. He's the only one that will believe me. Oh my god. I can't believe this. Damn phone.
Hey, Mickey G.
Hey Mike, I need you.
Hey, hardly hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
A little bit. Yeah.
All right, you're not gonna believe this. I got it on video now. People think I'm nuts. It's on video. It's playing right now. I put the iPad in the window, and now this thing's coming up to the steps in my backyard, Mike.
What's going on?
It's like a weird demonic looking thing, and it's like a human, and it's all scratched down. And this is the second time this happened this week. And as I'm talking to you, this is all on recorded, and it doesn't see me. I'm in that, that sunroom. All right, I've been putting the iPad out. It's around, and it happened. Weird things been happening around this time at night.
Can I record it?
You're on record. Everything's recording now. I can see the thing. It's like looking around weird.
Is it recording the video?
Yeah, right now it's on the video. It doesn't see me. I'm sitting back, but I can still see out the window really good. You should see.
Hear you?
No, it can't. But it's looking around like something out of a weird sci-fi movie. This thing is freaky. It's on video. Huh?
Not a person?
No, it's an evil identity. It's evil entity. This thing's like wicked looking. But it's a human form, though. You gotta wait until you see the video. I got it on video. This is like one out of a million things that people will not. They'll think they won't think I'm crazy no more. Wait until you see this. Oh my God! It's like you should see this thing, Mike. Oh my God! Like a gargoyle. It's like a gargoyle, man. And it's like 35 feet away, and it came out of those weeds. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It's a plant.
On the left side or by the right?
Looking out.
On the backyard?
Yeah, on the right side, there's the weeds there going down that sidewalk.
Okay.
I got it on everything, and and everything. The whole thing right now, it's the iPad's recording everything, me, you, and this thing. And I don't know, what's the police gonna think? It's looking, oh my God, oh my gosh. Dude, this thing is weird.
Sure it's not somebody should call the police?
Yeah, no, it's a demonic creature. It's not human. And it goes back. It just went back. It dove back. It like wobbled back in. I can't even explain it.
Went back in the weeds?
Yeah, like it knows something's going on. I got it now. I got on tape.
Huh.
Yeah, just pray. Wait until you see this thing, man. Just pray. This is really freaking me out because 3 nights ago, I'm laying on the couch. I heard something open the door and walk through the sunroom as I'm laying on the couch. Then as I woke up, it was like gone. It was like it shot back through real quick. And I know I heard the door. Then 2 nights ago, I was seeing this. I was seeing this thing. See it, and now it's gone. So I got 2 minutes on tape on a video, Mike. Yeah, so it's like everything you're saying and hearing now. When I play you back the video, you're gonna wait till you see this. Just pray. I mean, this people won't think they're not gonna think I'm crazy when they see this now. This is unreal. Just pray.
Just pray?
Yeah.
Yeah, praise you, Jesus. Father God, I just want to lift Rick up to you right now, Lord. I don't know why he's being tormented like this, Lord, but we know you know. And Lord, you've been speaking to him in visions and dreams concerning his work and different things, and the enemy is being attacked by you, Lord. And he's all worked up, and God, I just come against this. I bind these things right now, these evil spirits that are just harassing Rick and just coming into his yard. I bind those things right now. I come in to cease and be still, be gone. I pray that you give Rick peace right now. I come against all fear. I bind that in Jesus' name. I pray, Father, that you just give peace and comfort, Lord, that he knows that Lord, you're watching over, Lord. real good. Nothing's going to call me. When you lay down at night, no sudden terror will come upon you.
Oh my God, there it is, Mike. It came back. Oh my gosh.
I command you to go in Jesus' name.
This thing is looking weird. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It knows something's going on, man. This thing is, oh my gosh. Oh my. Oh my gosh, I don't know what happened. We got disconnected. I even called the minister. It went back. It went back. It went back.
Had to put us
Okay.
back up there. So
Yeah.
I started a few of them out there that made some comments about it and stuff. So now,
Yeah.
I don't know what the preacher was coming at after the prayer, you know, when he started going into what sounded like tongues almost.
Well, it sounded like a rabbi, if you want to be specific.
Yeah, it did. So the way he was saying the prayer didn't sound like a rabbi until that point when he started doing Hebrew or a Hebrew type, I guess.
Maybe because I'm not sure of what he was speaking there. But
I
if you
wouldn't
notice, it automatically hung up.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm gonna move this around a little bit because I noticed one thing that I didn't notice before. You see here as it comes up, this is at about the 250 mark right here. And yeah, who was it? Says he's shooting through a screen. Freaky, yeah, he was shooting through a screen because he set his iPad up at the window, looking out over that table area right there.
Right.
So that's where he
So
noticed it before.
when you do a close up on this thing, or as close as you can get on this thing, you see the screen.
Let me see if I
You can
get it in.
clearly see that it is behind the screen. It's not laid over the top. It's it is literally behind the screen. And that's the first thing that we look for is if somebody's taking a video through a screen.
Yeah.
Does this creature look like it's sitting on top of the screen, like it's inside, like it's AI generated, or is it
Mhm.
behind the screen and out there like it would be in a normal video? And it's sitting out there behind the screen.
Yeah, and you know, this is you see this thing coming in right here now at the 250, 254, and it, you know, does its thing there, and he's talking to the preacher, rabbi, pastor, whatever he is, and it disappears. But now, as you look, watch real closely, it disappears completely, but you can see it's moving. See that little bit of movement right there? It's still there. It's just moving around in the outside the camera range. Okay.
Well, what I want you to do is bring it up where it's nice and bright because Cool Hand's not seeing it. So bring it into a point where it's out there nice and bright and then circle it with the cursor so he can see it. There it is.
Okay, there it is. And it's right here. See that Cool Hand?
Yeah, it's right there. And you'll watch it move. It'll get brighter and it'll get and then it'll get darker and like almost as if it disappears, like it loses its light source, like it just disappears. But as he pointed out, Randy just pointed out that you can still see it moving in the background. It just moves out of the light.
Yeah. And, you know, Barbara came up with this one earlier. I mean, she had just came in and boom, that's the first thing she throws out there. It's the freakiest video she's ever seen. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it confuses us too. I mean, literally, it really does. Because it could be real and it could be somebody out there pulling this. I don't know if I believe that yet or not. So
yeah, the movements that it makes leads me to believe that it is not a human out there because it does make some weird jerky type non-humanoid movements.
Yeah. And I don't know.
That's what led me to believe, is this AI? You know, but then I got into that, but it's sitting behind the screen. And I'm sitting like there. I'm like, well, how are they doing that then?
And now you're talking about AI, but you're talking about AI that was uploaded 7 years ago.
Which was this? You couldn't have done it 7 years ago.
I don't think he could have done it. I don't think he could have done AI. So
no.
Now, yeah, Denise, it's almost robotic movement at times. It does look like that. But now I'm going to take us back, and it's going to back up and see, and as it goes through, and you see it move from right to left, and it moves that little bit to the left, and then it starts coming back in. Okay. Now, this is the one. It almost looks like it's I'm going to play this part right here when it's coming back in, and I'm going to mute it so you don't have to hear the voices and stuff.
Okay.
So that way, just watch the movement of the actual creature or being or whatever this is. Okay. And as it starts moving in, look how fast it moves in this time, though.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
It's like it's figured something out, but it's almost like somebody hunched over and kind of trying to take a low profile coming in, and see right there, he kneels down to kind of study what he's looking at.
Right.
So, and look, he's looking back and forth. And I don't know if he's looking for something, to something. It's like he's studying. And you heard the guy say he was on his couch and he heard something come in the back door of that sunroom area or whatever he's talking about, go across and then go back out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, dude, maybe you should have been kind of freaking out about that right there. First of all, start locking the door. Maybe this thing has now realized he's got the doors locked. And he's trying to figure out if there's another way for him to get in.
Right. That's a possibility. But I mean honestly, I can't tell you what it is.
No, because of the screen, you can't tell. But then again, I don't know if you can tell even without the screen, honestly, because I see nothing. I see nothing as far as clothing at all. And you see it comes up again, and then it starts doing that right there.
Yeah, look at it. Oh,
it's like it's trying to figure something out, and then here we go, retreating back in again.
See, this is what I'm not getting, though. I mean, I can't figure out, okay, over 7 years ago. I mean, this is 7 years when he put it out there. It could have been even longer than that. Who knows?
Yeah, very well could have been.
But I don't see how this thing could be human just by the total movements on it. I just don't know.
Yeah, and Denise like it's robotic. Roger looked like it's moving side to side once. Yeah, especially it almost looked agitated. You know the way an ape when it gets agitated and it starts kind of doing that.
Or Curiosity doesn't do that. They're just trying to figure things out. But I mean, why?
But now I mean, you can still see it right here, right? If you're looking at it real close. You still see the silhouette bound. I'm going to keep it running for a couple more seconds here. And then watch off to the left it goes. Look at him going to the left now.
Oh, see, I can't see it. I've got to have a light on me, so it's too dark for me to see.
Okay, I'm going to bring it back just a little bit. Well, of course, it restarted again. But let me get back down to this again. Where he's at. Okay, backs up. All right. I'm going to put my cursor over it, and I'm going to let you see him as he walks to the left, and here he comes. Now he just starts moving to the left like he's trying to get out of picture. See how fast he moves right there?
Right.
So that is one of them that would make me think, okay, somebody just pulled something on this guy and he's getting out of Dodge now. But it could also be this thing just said, hey, screw this. I'm getting out of here before I get caught. So,
but it comes back.
You're right. I mean, it comes back. And I'm for the way he's talking, this is not the first time this thing's been there, but he's finally got it on video. And cool. And yeah, I'm with you. It looks like a rake to me. The actual description of a rake, it looks like a rake. And it behaves the way people act like a rake does.
Yeah, because it's it's jerky movements. It's not going to have human-like movements. Just because it's walking
Yeah.
on two legs does not mean it's going to have human-like movements.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just gonna leave this playing right there so y'all can look at it and it'll just play on a loop while we're talking and stuff. So y'all can just watch it come in and watch it go out and watch it do its things. But Freaky, yeah, I think a lot of times I thought a rake would have been a little bit slimmer too, but who's to say what a rake really looks like? But that white look, and this isn't night vision. This is on his iPad, so it's being illuminated by the lights outside.
well, okay. So, I mean, a rake maybe, but also, a skinwalker.
Yeah, skinwalker.
You know, I mean, we could be dealing with that there. We could be dealing with all kinds of, I mean, I wouldn't even put this past alien at a point.
Yeah, 100%. It's hard to say. You just cannot tell.
Yeah, because who's to say that aliens are all little green or gray men with big eyes? Who's to say that?
Could have been alien. Could have been like he's saying it's an evil entity. He keeps calling it that. Early on, says evil entity because he believes it to be evil. I don't know about that.
Well, but then again, people, when they see stuff that they cannot explain or wrap their heads around, they will automatically go to explain it however their mind can see it of something they know, and they'll say it's evil. It's the most definite, especially when you're dealing with the people of the Christian religion or, anything like that. They will say it's evil. Any type of religion, not just Christian, but any type of religion that has a light and dark to it. And that's pretty much everyone.
Now, as you see with this one, when he's off to this right side, as we're looking at it, right, he's a little bit less pronounced, right? I'm thinking when he comes back toward the center, he's getting hit more dead on by that light that's out there. Is why he is more, easier seen and easier to watch his movements. He's more illuminated.
See, and I'm not sure how far this light goes in the yard because the table's got it covered up. So we don't know if it's actually coming up and touching where the light hits. You know what I mean? But it seems to be that way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there. Like I said, once you see this thing, and it may take you a minute to see it, but once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, because, Poncho says rakes are fake. They were invented in 2003 per Cliff Barackman. That's fine. I mean, I've never really put a lot of stock in rakes. Wendigos, now I put a lot of stock in that, but a lot of people use rake and Wendigo as a,
demonic entity.
Well, yeah, they're shapeshifters of some sort, and they kind of take them and use them interchangeably, really. And hey, maybe that's the case, maybe it ain't.
Right. I mean, check out Werewolves and Dogmen. We have the same case. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't always Dogmen, but now it is. You know what I mean? So that's, I mean, you can explain it any which way you want to. You can call it whatever you want to. But I mean, my thing is does this look like more like a flesh and blood type thing, or does this look like a paranormal type thing? Are we dealing with the demonic, like he's saying? Or what are we dealing with here?
Okay, I just saw something right there. Sorry, I'm going back up here. Now it looks like he's on his knees, right? The thing is on his hands and knees right there. It looks like, because watch him kind of start to back up. He lifts his body back up, and it starts going back. See? So he was crouched. I think he got down on his hands and knees to get that close. So he can't be very far outside that porch area. I just saw him lift up, and I was like, that caught me off guard. I didn't see it the first time.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know. I can't see him well enough to determine how he got down there, how he got back up. Because, and
I wish I could zoom in on it. I really do.
Because we all know that looking through a screen, you can get close up to a screen. I'm not kidding. And you can kind of look through And it kind of reminds me of looking at a picture book, one of those moving picture books
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Like
And that's
slideshow.
right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm seeing here with it moving back and forth. You're getting kind of that separation of a picture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to describe, but it reminds me of that. So maybe it is not moving as jerkily as, or like having jerking movements like we think it is,
Yeah.
versus the way it's moving through the screen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because either way, what we're looking at, we don't know, obviously. And this guy genuinely sounds like he is. If you listen to any of the other videos, he doesn't sound that shaking his voice is real. You know, I mean, look how fast it comes up on this point right now, and then it starts getting agitated. I'm wondering if somebody said maybe it's actually hearing him. You know,
How could it not hear him talk? It's not like he was whispering.
Supposedly he's not right there. Supposedly he's in the
But-
sunroom area, but it should be able to hear him. I would think that,
Yes.
you know.
Yes,
personal opinion.
you would. And Cool Hand has it right. It's a UCO.
Yeah.
Unidentified creeping object. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down. I like that. It's a UCO.
I'm not going to take credit for it, Cool Hand. That was Brandy found that one. Brent sent her onto this one. So, and there he goes getting agitated. Look at him getting agitated.
I know. But this is one of the creepiest ones I've seen that I can't explain how they made this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're talking over 7 years ago. AI was not this good.
No.
You know, it was barely being used.
And you know, and the more I watch it, and I see him go back to the back, there's a point it looks like you could see him turn. Let's see if I get it back to that little spot right there where he's at before he goes back. There's a spot where it looks like I can actually see him. You know, there's where his agitation, and when he slinks back in, you can almost see where he, you know, kind of turns, you know, to walk away. Right there.
Right.
See how he kind of turns?
Right. Well, Freaky said, I seen it show up back before he mentions it's back. Well, yeah, and that's a possibility. We can't see him. We don't know if he was looking the other direction, if he was looking at the phone, if he was looking at something else, and then turns back and sees it and says, "Hey, it's back."
Or had his eyeballs, closed because he was supposedly praying too.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what he was doing, if he was continually looking out that window, or did his attention was diverted to something else. We don't know that.
Yeah.
But wow. I don't even know what to do.
That's all you can say on this one.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do with this.
And you know, I actually got out there, and when I was looking through the guy's YouTube stuff, I sent a message, whether or not it falls on deaf ears or not. I don't know if he still has access to his account or not. But this video, like I said, over 7 years has 1.2 million views, and I've never heard about it. How did nobody ever show this to anybody before now? That seems like, I mean, Brent obviously seen it. He told you about it, and you've been doing it as long as I have, for the last 20 some odd years. And I've never seen anything even remotely like this.
Right.
That wasn't staged. I should say that wasn't staged.
Right. Well, 7 to 10 years ago, I wasn't on YouTube as much.
Yeah.
I didn't really, I watched a couple things on YouTube, but it wasn't a podcast haven for me as it is now. I watched a couple things, but now I watch YouTube more than I do TV.
Yeah. I mean, I watch Netflix, YouTube, which, or whatever other streaming as far as TV, and I just don't do it unless there's something physically I want to watch. Like even now, you say I want to watch Tracker on Sunday night. I watch Tracker a lot. I just wait till it comes on. It's available on Paramount the next day and watch it on Paramount Plus.
Exactly. We're streaming more than we're watching cable.
Yeah. But absolutely, I have to keep cable because I've got two 80-year-olds who can't figure out how to stream. So,
right. But I mean, I think it's, like I said, I didn't see it years ago is because I just wasn't looking for it here.
No, I wouldn't look for it at all.
I mean, because
honestly,
everything was on cable. I could go to, the History Channel, A&E. I could go to the Travel Channel. I could go anywhere and
Yeah.
find all this stuff on the paranormal and other things. I'd find it all there. I didn't have to come to YouTube for it. But now that I do, I'm finding so much more out there that has been here. And I'm like, wow. Huh. That's what happened with this, because he was telling me about it and he said it was just something that always stuck with him. And I'm like, well, send me the video.
yeah, period. Send me the link, something. Yeah.
Yeah, send me the link. And he did. And this is what I got. And I just stared at it. I watched it probably 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. I mean, like, and that part right there, I just saw it look like he's kneeling on one knee and got his arm up on the other. Then he puts it back down. He's on his knees right there is what it looks like.
Maybe.
And then he puts his hands down. Yeah. And then he puts his hands down when he's kind of almost like he's trying to be incognito and crawl a little bit forward, like a wild animal that doesn't, it knows something's wrong, but it's taking a real slow approach. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. This thing moves weird. I mean, could it be human?
They'd have to do a lot of work.
They'd have to do a lot of work. A big stretch for that to be human. Because it's something that I can't explain. I really can't.
Yeah,
I can't explain how they made it look like that, move like that. Because there's something terribly wrong.
No, this is not, something ain't right there. It's either staged, number one, and I'll just always say that from the get-go. It's either staged or we really don't know what we're looking at. Because I know people, I've never watched Skinwalker Ranch a day in my life. I don't know what a skinwalker is or what it looks like or anything. Never seen it. And until I physically see something on a real camera that isn't on a show, then I'll think about it. But this is probably as close as I'm going to see right now.
Yeah. This could be, like I said, this could be a crawler for sure. Yeah. I wouldn't go with rake. I would go with more of a crawler.
Okay.
Just because it's lacking in its appearance. It doesn't have anything. Right? Yeah, it doesn't have any features that you could say it's this or that, or, because you look at Bigfoot and you say, hey, that's Bigfoot. You know what I mean? You look at a dogman, hey, that's dogman. But a crawler it is kind of void of anything, any great features. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just void of them.
All we see as features on this is just the torso and the arms, mainly in the head, but there's no feature about the head at all. You don't see eyes.
But
you don't
notice
see any...
the weird arm movements, like it would like puck up, and it just, I don't know. I would love for somebody to explain this to me. I would love for somebody to break this down in, farther than we can go. We don't have the equipment to do that. But I would love to see somebody do this and tell me, is it real?
What they think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. What is it?
Well, and I think the only issue they're going to have is the same issue we would have too. Going through that screen is going to cause a little bit of the issues.
That's right.
Hey, the guy wasn't thinking about that. All he thought about, he wanted something on tape because he's been seeing and having issues with this thing. He wanted something. Now, did he go get somebody to go out there and do this for him? I can't tell you that.
I don't know. It's a great job if it's a hoax. I'm just saying.
And like I said, there's only one spot, like this spot where it's backing up, and it almost looks like it backed up too good. You know what I mean? And then it turned, and then right here, see it turning and it's starting to walk, and then boom, it just beelines out of here. Away it goes.
But then it comes back. So that doesn't make any dang sense.
No, it didn't come back. Well, that's where the video ended anyway. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then
so
again,
I'm like,
these things aren't going to stick around forever either.
No. Just like say if it was a Bigfoot, that sucker was trying to beeline out of Dodge. He didn't like what it saw, and it got out of there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. I'm
Oh, John
like I
got
said,
something
I
there.
don't know. I don't know. I'm going to leave this up to everybody and let everybody make up their own mind on what they see. Now,
I don't think that's the same thing Tex saw.
Tex said he saw something, a black shadow type figure.
Oh, the crawler
go
out
over
at
that barn.
Dogman Ranch.
Yeah, crawl up over that barn.
Yeah, and I've been out there. It's not hard for you to. I'm not trying to say it mean like or anything like that. I'm saying, but it's not hard in that dark and that area with all those woods around for something to play tricks on you.
Yes.
For your eyeballs to not focus right, whatever the case might be. But
exactly,
we know Tex. We go what he says. If he says he saw it, he saw it. So
right, yeah, a swing of a flashlight can give you a weird shadow. So
exactly.
I mean, you have to take all that into consideration. But he saw what he saw. So but he said it was more of a blackish type thing.
Yep.
That moved with silence and speed.
Yeah, that's all he could say about it too. That I mean, literally, that was all he could say about it. He could make a shape out of it. He couldn't make. You ever seen the video of the quote unquote in Mexico the witch coming out of the cave?
Yeah,
everybody says that you saw it. At dark, that would just be nothing but a blur, and
right.
The way he describes it is that's kind of what I envision is something like that blurring past real fast. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly, in the woods, owls will do it to you if you ain't careful. I've had them flutter 5 feet in front of me and absolutely freak me to what out because I didn't know they were there.
Right. I mean, and until your brain wraps around what's in front of you, you kind of go through the gamut. It's like, what was that? What was that? And then you're automatically thinking, okay, could it be this? Could it be this? Could it be this? Could it be this? And then you're like, okay, it was this.
And just to be safe, and I know it was 7 years ago, and we already stated that it'd be awful hard for AI for him to do it and upload it 7 years ago. But I put it through the anybody that watches Steve Curls, knows he puts a lot of stuff on through the AI meter, and I put it out on that website, and it came back 98% real.
Did you really?
Yeah, just to see, because it'll pick up interlacing that we wouldn't have been able to pick up.
True.
So, and it said 98% real when I put it through there, and I'm like, okay, that just solidified what I was already thinking.
Right. So okay, so if it's 98% real, that's a 2% chance. Then it's not, but that's not what I'm getting at. But it doesn't say whether it be human or not. It just say that it's not AI.
AI,
yeah. It wasn't computer generated, so we can leave that out.
Yep. And John got, well, why didn't he call the cops? Well, I hate to say this. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can understand where you're coming from with it. You got the video. Yes, you got the video. But they're just going to sit there and tell you. And I'm telling you from a policeman's standpoint, the policeman's going to come out with something like that and go, okay, where's your buddy that's out in the woods right now? Where did he go? Because that's what you're showing me is the guy came up and did these funny movements so you could video it. And now you're calling me a waste of my time. That's the way a policeman's going to look at that.
Yep.
Because there's no damage. They might go out in the yard and check, see if there's any tracks, which I bet money there's no tracks. So, and if there are, there'd just be,
But it was funny how that's the last video the man did. And there's absolutely no more.
Actually, it's the second to last. The last one was the truck lift he did. Why? I don't know.
So I'm wondering if the man moved.
Could have. Very well could have. I mean, I haven't personally been through it, but I know a lot of people, they get their phone, they have to completely get a new Facebook account because they've lost all their login information. So their old Facebook is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
Could
could be
be
true
true
for
for
you
you
too.
too.
But
And
that
that's
dude right
sad.
there, if I could figure out, yeah, or he passed, Sin's right, or he could have passed away and we don't know it too.
We don't know.
I'm gonna do some research to see if I can locate this guy, and maybe he'll want to talk about it. You know?
Maybe. Because that would be a great guest. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'll see if I can locate him. Like I said, I sent something to the email address on the YouTube channel, but I don't know if I'll hear anything or what. But who
Right.
knows? But
Well, all
yeah,
right.
John, yeah, maybe the crawler ate him.
Maybe.
But anyway, hey, so like I said, I had 2 this week that we were not going to be touching the tinfoil hats on. We were not
No.
going to touch any circles at all.
No.
And quite frankly, these took up much like the ghost video from over in England and that punch. It's up with that. We
And the
spend more time on
Gettysburg
that.
one.
And
Yeah.
the Gettysburg, we spent 30 minutes, 40 minutes on that one too. So I was like, yeah, this one's going to take a while.
Yeah. Like I said, it was just creepy enough for me to say, wait a
Mhm.
minute. You know, we need to
And-
look at this. So,
And like I said, if that's somebody out there, he did a lot of work to make himself look that way.
yeah.
So
Yeah. So, well, anyway, we're at our
thank
hour.
you guys.
Thank you so much. We had a great time this week.
Yep. That was fun. We'll see if we can get some more like that next week. So get
Yeah,
to
we
work.
got to.
Hurry up
You
and
know,
find
I
me some more
love
stuff.
those. Yeah, I love those because those are the ones that really make you wonder and question everything. And I love those. So maybe I'll
Yeah,
keep looking, see if
100%.
I dig some
Yeah.
more. But you know,
Yeah, we
every
can find
once in
some
a while
more,
they
yeah.
grab me like that. There's not too many that do that, but every
No.
once in a while.
Okay, well, Sin, I just saw her put that out there. That she was at that spot in Gettysburg, but never saw the ghost by the cannons, but did have other occurrences there. So
See?
that's a whole nother show again. If I brought that back up, we'd be talking about that all show long.
Right. Let me see if we can find something else.
Yep. All right, guys. We appreciate y'all being here, and we will see y'all next week. I'm going to push the button.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.